Welcome to my latest episode of Weekly Insights with Joanie. The material that I'm going to go over with you today are edited excerpts from my two acclaimed online courses, Finding True Love and Drive Through Make It Your Own. They are exclusively on udemy.com. And today is the 9th episode of our 9-part series on the 7 myths of love and happiness. And this one, we're going to wind up the understanding about these myths and some suggestions about how that we are now aware of them, how we can combat them when we find them coming into our lives from all directions. There are many ways to break free of the influence of the 7 myths of love and happiness. We have covered quite a few of them during this 9-part series. Ultimately, all of them stem from 3 specific steps. During my research and personal experience with these myths, 3 steps stood out as the most universally effective. So 1 is be consciously aware of the 7 myths. 2, observe how the myths influence your beliefs and affect your emotional well-being. And 3, love yourself unconditionally. I just covered what the 3 steps are to break free from the 7 myths of love and happiness. But I'd like to be more detailed and more specific. So I want to go through each of these 3 steps so that you're able to use them in your everyday life. Be consciously aware of the 7 myths and how their limiting beliefs affect your life. After learning about the 7 myths of love and happiness in the first 8 episodes of this series, your eyes are now open to what they are. This level of conscious awareness is absolutely the most essential in everything we've covered. It allows you to spot and interrupt what may have been years of unconscious beliefs and behaviors that created obstacles on your path to reuniting with your true, authentic self. The most important point is that you have to be aware of something before you can change it. So what I want to suggest is that this awareness will carry you through to the additional steps on how to make changes in your life. But I wanted to just give you a little highlight about how did this all come about, that I became aware of these 7 myths of love and happiness. Because they aren't in any books. They came right out of my soul and what I've learned. Because what I found is I went to a luncheon with my sorority sister and another college girl, and I was just going to have a lovely time. My sorority sister had been widowed maybe for about a year at that point, and so I just said to her, Cheryl, how's your new life going? And she said to me, what new life? I haven't had a facelift. I don't have a pocket full of money, so there's no Prince Charming in my future. This was my big sister in the sorority. She was gorgeous. She's brilliant. She still looks fabulous. And she was saying to me that she had no future. I walked out of there so upset that I did the research, and my first book is titled Facelifts, Money, and Prince Charming: How to Break Baby Boomer Myths and Live Your Best Life. But what I have found in all of these years since I wrote that book is that it's just not baby boomer myths. These are the 7 myths of love and happiness that affect all generations and all cultures. So that is the impetus behind all that I have done from the moment I walked out of that restaurant until right now when I'm talking to you. So now let's go through what the second step is. Step 2, Observe how the myths influence your beliefs and affect your emotional well-being. This is about interrupting unconscious patterns of behavior that the myths have woven into your life. How do you recognize their influence and your responses to them? Each of us are influenced uniquely by the myths, but there are two common ways they affect all of us. They influence you to give away your power by focusing on fear-based, scarcity-driven stories and limited beliefs about life. And they separate you from your true, authentic self. This happens by how the 7 myths entice you to seek for love, validation, and happiness outside of yourself. Observing your personal experiences with these examples will go a long way to creating a pattern interrupts. This will strengthen your well-being and reconnect with your true, authentic self. Let's now look at the third step, which are tips for how to practice self-care and self-love. Step 3, love yourself unconditionally. Nothing will help you more effectively break free of the 7 myths than self-love. We've talked quite a lot about self-love through this series. To condense everything into easy and actionable steps, here are 3 proven tips for self-love. Tip 1. Make time each day to love on yourself through self-hugs and consistently acknowledging the beauty of your body. This step rewrites the neural pathways in your mind as you reconnect with your true authentic self in ways you may have neglected for years. This is also an effective way of nurturing your inner child and soothing any lingering pain from feeling unloved in the past. Step 2, tune out the negative, judgmental voice of your inner critic and consciously listen to and trust the inner voice of your authentic self. And how will you know the difference? Your authentic self speaks to you through love, encouragement, and kindness. Tip 3, establish a self-care routine for your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. This can be healthy food, exercise, baths, massage, uplifting music, walks in nature, and lots of laughter. To further help you integrate all that you've learned in this whole series, I'd like to now guide you through 3 journal prompts. Create some time after this episode to journal your answers to the following questions. 1. As a result of watching this 9-part series, what ways are you now more aware of the 7 myths of love and happiness? And 2, what specific areas of your life have the myths negatively affected your desire for more love, happiness, and fulfillment? And 3, write out a list of self-love practices you can implement right away to establish new pattern interrupts to negate the influence of the 7 myths of love and happiness. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode, as well as all 9 episodes of the series on the 7 myths of love and happiness. And if you would like to review any or all of the 8 previous episodes, the link is in the description. And for more information on my online courses, specifically Finding True Love and Drive Through Make It Your Own, visit udemy.com, and you'll also be able to sign up today for these courses. And until we meet again, remember, every morning, look into your mirror, smile at yourself and say, I am my own best friend, for I came into this world to be myself. For that I came. Again, thank you and all my best.